Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering a new season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I guess we made it finally through the drought. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like, and also you can share this video. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, and welcome. And you can leave your comments below. Now let's get into this new episode and fresh season. So, we start off this brand spanking new season. It's been a year, October, December, January, February. A year and 7 months since we've last seen anything Roa. That's a huge chunk of time. But they did the same thing to New York, I think. It was a long time for them. With Atlanta, there is a lot of pressure to be good because really, they are the leading franchise out of all the franchises. I don't care how any other housewife show, you can feel the way that you want to feel about your own housewife show, which I do support many of the other franchises of housewives and love them. No doubt, no matter how much people like to trample on flowers and not even give flowers to Atlanta, Atlanta is the leading housewife show out there. Just to lay some ground rules, because we have some very hardcore Roa fans. We have different group fan bases within here. I'm letting y'all know right up front, I'm Team Twirl. That ain't changing, ever gonna change. And I know how to be objective about certain things. Meaning, I can still call out my fave and still love my fave. I'll leave it there for now. Because I'm always on social media. And I see what I see. I know what I know. So whatever. I will say that they did try to do something new, fresh. They got a new group in. Some have more OGs and veterans, more that are, how can I say this, more suitable to help guide the show on. Getting a whole new cast probably would have been detrimental. People aren't feeling the Real Housewives of New York because they went through a whole sweep. New York has its faults. Do I think that they still need to find their way? Yeah. But with any new reality show, it could take up to 5 seasons before you find your actual groove. And that's even what was happening with Roa back in the day. They didn't start really finding their groove until seasons 5 and 6. Season 6 is always going to be talked about because now we have shape and form and we are headed someplace. Yes, people before built what was going on, but you know, anyways, I just wanted to give that little intro. So we start off the episode with Shamia. Shamia gets a long time, a long introduction, and it was cool. We know that Shamia now has wealth, and we did not know that. She's a friend to Portia, who was a mainstay on the show. Portia is back this season after being gone for 3 seasons. We've always seen her be the sidekick. And now we get to see her up front. I was hesitant of Shamia because, one, Shamia, I didn't have much respect for you. Because you, in my opinion, allowed yourself to be a lapdog to Portia. And Portia disrespected you for 2 consecutive seasons. And I felt like you just kind of held stuff in because you knew that this was your only ticket to being on the show. And everybody was begging, when is Shamia going to be on here? When is Shamia going to be on here? And you've always said that your husband did not want you on here. Cool. But I just feel like Portia treats you like ish. And you have to do what you have to do just so you can stay on the show. And that's why I didn't have respect for you. I'm willing to give you a chance because you're showing something different. So we see that her husband, Gerald, is wealthy. He's a part of the HVAC system. HVAC is like a mechanical contractor. They put in all the piping, air conditions, and all that into construction, whether it's residential or commercial. He does stuff for airports. So if he's doing that, he's getting good contracts. And I'm glad somebody that can make an honest living. and we'll keep it at that. So it was good to see her home. You know, I don't know how I can say this. I want Shamia to brag. I think it was nice that you don't really flaunt it in front of people, because people also use that as a way to tear down people. I do get that. I understand that. I hope you brag about what you got. It's your time. It's your time to show us and give us what you got. We see that you got 2 elevators. You have 2 children, 1 child. We have seen different articles written about that your surrogate, your second child was born of surrogacy, and also had other health complications. So we see that you are very close-knit to your family. I would like to see that dynamic. The editors made it seem like you are a long talker, so I guess you are the Dorit of Atlanta, and it's cool for now. But yeah, of course, if there's just already an impression of you, Shamia, and for you, I'm willing to break that down if you actually walk into your own vein as being a housewife on this franchise. Next thing we talk about is Portia. Portia is back. She left right when she got engaged to this new man that already had a lot of controversy, and already felt like he was a scammer anyways. Some people tried to tell her, but she said the red flags aren't red flags, and I've lost in regards to that. So now she's getting a divorce 17 months later, I think it is, or 16 or 15 months later, a year and a half later. We see Portia. She goes to a divorce attorney. She used him before with Cordell. So she's telling us in the confessional, or to him or whatever, that she would ask this dude different questions, and it was always something like she would never get the truth out of him. But you said the red flags are not red flags to you. Now you're saying, while you were posting all these pictures on IG, living the fine life, that you were actually just posing. You were fronting, and you already knew that there was financial trouble. And you married this man. Some stuff he could hide, ma'am, but there's a whole bunch, and we'll probably get into it within the season. There's a whole bunch that you could have found out yourself, and I think you didn't want to find out about it. I think when Ish was hitting the fan, you got out of Dodge. That's what it's setting up to be. I'm moving ahead forward because we ain't hearing much, but for how Portia's talking, you could just paint him out as the villain, evil guy. Yeah, he is, but you had your part in this too. Okay, I'm not a perfect Portia stan, so just letting you know that. Next, we start with Drew. Drew Sidora is back for her 4th season, and I have no clue why. She's of the younger set, but why? My God. Kenya comes over. Kenya Moore, the legend, the icon, a staple of the show, comes over as Drew's friend. Truly original entertainment. Now, y'all are trash. Y'all are trash to the bottom barrel. And I wish that Bravo would defund you guys and move on to another production company. We find out that Drew and Ralph, they're still getting divorced. Ralph stayed in the house, and you do that, just like what Kim and Croy is doing over there. They stayed in the house so that they could, if you still have interest in the home. So Drew says that they communicate through an app. Ralph is shady, but she makes sure that she's on the up and up. It's like the judge sees the communication between them, and he or she has to make the decision through how they communicate to one another. I have my thoughts about Drew. If you go through my other reviews for the past seasons, I don't think Drew should be on the show. She's not a reality star. She's an actress trying to be in reality TV. And I'll leave it like that. I don't dislike Drew as a person. I just don't think that she's good for reality TV. That's just me. What's the next thing? Okay, so Shamia is the connector within this whole group. So although they are promoting Portia as the anchor, it's really Shamia. That's why I know that there's going to be friction as time goes on, towards some of these ladies. So Shamia goes and meets up with Kelly. But before we do that, Kelly did get an introduction. It is her daughter's 17th birthday. I forgot her last name right now, Kelly. But anyways, welcome aboard. She has a restaurant. She's building a waffle empire. She has her own syrup, another type of sauce that she's brought to us all, and getting a divorce. She has 4 children. They're all girls. Her eldest is 17. She has another daughter and 2 twin girls. Everybody looks cute. She does seem very down to earth and look like somebody that means business and take care of business and loves her children. She makes sure that her children want for nothing. And because things have shifted in her life, she's not going to shift things as far as not being accommodating to her daughters. Same program. So her daughter was having a birthday, her 17th birthday. She gave her 17 gifts. Her daughter loves purses, and that's something that she gave. We know that one gift was, I kept calling it a Coach, but it was another type of bag. I'm not a woman, so I don't know all those bags like that. I only have some type of familiarity because I hear some of the bags on these reality shows and all that. So I liked her intro, and she seems cool. Now, Shamia invites Britt and Kelly out to eat. Shamia says that she knows Britt. Okay. Some of these people, I feel like it's been a passing through, or I may have met you once or twice or something like that, but we ain't really hung out like that. So they get there and they talk about Portia. Shamia's having her birthday party, and Portia was going to be there. They immediately start talking about Portia and what's going on with her. More Kelly. Britt was like, oh, we see everything. Not yet. I ain't going to be petty yet. We see everything that's going on in the news. And I believe that she's going to come out of this. I'm paraphrasing. Now, Kelly said, oh, well, she's going through this. She shouldn't have had taken that woman's man. Now, everybody wants to clutch their pearls, but that's what we've been talking about for the last 3 years. 3 to 4 years. Now, the thing that's crazy, I would not have been talking to her about it, or talking to the best friend about it. And Shamia's like, well, you need to more get to know her outside of what the rumors and the blogs. At this point, we done broke everything down, Shamia, and a lot of stuff has just come out of what we've seen and not what a blogger has tried to manifest. The one person that you can go check out authentically that had a track record about the things of Portia and Simon is Tisa Tells. Go to Tisa Tells on YouTube. Yeah, so Kelly, she's just expressing herself in regards to all this stuff. You know, like, why are you sitting up here about Portia? Like, the writing was on the wall that karma was coming. Next, they get on Dennis. We find out that Dennis is still who Dennis is. He is a hoe. Dennis has not changed. Even though a lot of y'all, after Portia and Simon's breakup, says that her and Dennis need to get back together. Why? This man cheated on her while she was pregnant, and right after she delivered his baby. As much as I'm not a perfect Portia stan, why would I want that on someone? And why would you want that for your fan, the one that you actually like? That is so dumb. But anyways, so then Britt says that she also went on a date. Well, he went in her DMs trying to flirt, Kelly's DMs, but in Britt, they actually went on a date. And on their date, he presented her with diamonds, like a diamond necklace or whatever. He didn't want to sleep with me and all that, and no. Ma'am, even the best player in the world on the first date is not giving you diamonds. He'll take you to an expensive restaurant, but diamonds, no, that didn't happen. So Britt says that she is an it girl. and she's been modeling in King magazine and all that since she was in high school. So if you were 16 and 17 in King magazine, A, were you lying about your age? B, you're trying to act like it's some type of accolade that a bunch of men wanted to use you in your image. Like, were you groomed? See? So it just seems like the stuff that came out about you last summer, seems like there's truth there. I'll see how the story unfolds, but I don't think Truly Original is going to tell it right. And I think that you're going to be able to influence that also. And the way I'm coming at you, not just on the strength of being a tintorial, but also about how you were conducting interviews and what you were doing on the internet. So your baby Kenya, we shall see, according to Portia. Okay, so let me wrap this up now. They talk about Drew. Dennis and Drew are doing music together. They know about that. Now, Britt didn't want to be messy about Portia, but she wanted to be messy about Drew. Now, Drew is saying, oh, I heard that they was hugged up somewhere in the club and booed up and they're dating and all that good stuff. Shamia collects all that information and she takes it back to Portia. About Drew, and then Drew also said something to Kenya, and she was trying to make sense of why are you with him, and since when has the hot dog man been so passionate about music? So Shamia takes it back to Portia, and also what Kelly was saying, and of course Portia was upset right away, like, why are you in my business? I don't understand. See, these two new ladies, I'm gonna have to clock you right away, because look, don't think that you can't be messy and nobody else can't be messy towards you. And I've seen that. Okay. So the day of Shamia's party, everybody comes. Cynthia's there also. She's a friend of the season, and Kenya is too. Basically, it's so interesting that there wasn't any type of intro for the OGs and the veterans. Basically the veterans. I think that was rude, but hey, whatever. Cynthia comes. Kelly is the first one there. Shamia does tell Kelly that I told Portia about what you said, and Kelly was like, no problem. Hey, I'm glad that she's standing in it. The party starts. Everyone's there except for Portia. While the party has started, Gerald has presented Shamia with a new Rolls Royce. I do want a Rolls Royce one of these days, so congratulations. As it's being presented to her, she's getting in her car along with her husband. Here comes Portia coming in. Portia gonna get in and, hey, that's my best friend. Like, it was a sour note. Some people think. Other people think, oh, it was no deal. Portia was late. Other people are like, well, if she's just late for her friend's party, it wasn't about you. You know, Shamia also felt like, okay, she could have just went to the left. Been in the background, just cheering me on, let me have my time. It could feel like Portia was trying to steal Shamia's spotlight. What do you guys think about that? Time will tell on what I feel. I'm not giving it up yet, but hey. So the group is around. Kenya is greeting Cynthia. She said hi to certain people, not even just certain people, to everyone. She gets to Britt Edie, and somehow the ring conversation came up, and how she's been introducing herself. It's my second ring. And she's like, your second ring, so this is the second marriage? No, oh, you don't have enough. It's how Britt presented herself. But somehow, Britt caught that as being shady. Kelly thought it was shady. She said that, well, Kenya, you don't even have a ring, so why are you even talking? But your ring is almost gone, Kelly. The ink is about to dry on your divorce papers. We did find out that Kelly's kind of more adamant or more passionate about what's going on with Portia because there was infidelity in her marriage. So projection, Kelly? But you two ladies are a little bit interesting to me because y'all could be messy and crazy, but Kenya can't. if she was. I felt like Kenya was trying to get clarification because of how you want to present yourself, and you want to be bling blinged out and not really just saying that this, because she was asking you, where is your wedding band? Is that like your engagement ring? Da, 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 da. Like, oh no, this is my second ring. So then the questions are going to come because you're not really clear on what's going on. So then Britt had an issue and she was like, well, I think you were just being a little standoffish to me. You didn't hug me. I said, well, she said, I only hugged Cynthia, whom she's actually familiar with and in relationship with. I just met you that day. You know Shamia and all of them. I don't know you yet. I don't have to hug you. Why do I have to? So she was making a bigger deal out of everything. So the new girl seemed to want a moment. Portia comes and she wants to confront Kelly about what's going on, and why you in my business. And Kelly asks the question, why'd you steal that woman's man? And then Portia just played it off as, who are you? What is your last name? You don't even know my last name. Da, 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 da. So, Kelly, rookie mistake. You started being messy or asking the right questions to the wrong people. More to Shamia. Shamia is the best friend. Of course she's going to go back and tell her. It's cool that you didn't back down and try to pussy pop out of that, because some people would. However, there's a timing of when you should say something. And I think probably by the first girls trip, that should have been the time that you probably should have asked that type of question. You know, if you were going to get anything authentic, and you have to, with Portia, throw her off. She's going to lie anyways, but she'll be thrown off and look stupid. But now her guard is up and you've really lost your gateway into those type of questions for her, unfortunately. So the next thing is to now confront Drew about this whole situation with Dennis, and it's a to be continued portion. Overall, I was not mad at this episode. The intros are kind of cute. We got Angela Oakley. We got a 2-minute intro. She's married to Charles Oakley, who is a star basketball player in the NBA. Retired now, so we didn't get too much, so we'll get some more a little bit later. She's a friend of Drew's. Okay. Anyways, hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. Y'all give me your thoughts as to what's going on. Of course, I'm already critical. Truly Original will always be trash to me, and you can tell the good, the bad, and the ugly, but you guys choose not to do it, and just making the story seem very odd with their edits of Kenya Moore. But whatever. Anyways, Kenya was the only one trending. So, all right, but I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Like this video, also share it, and you can subscribe. Leave your comments below, and until the next one, peace.